Good morning. Hello,
Good
everyone.
morning.
I'm Anne Rossley with Baird& Warner here with my dear friend and colleague Kyle Harvey, and we are here to talk about real estate in downtown Chicago. This week, we have a great show put together for you. You want to stay through to the end because we're going to talk about the recently passed, like as of Friday, 21st Century ROAD Housing Act, which is really going to make an impact on affordability and getting product to the market faster. So it's an important topic to cover. Before we get into that, we're going to talk about what's happening with the statistics and what you need to know about real estate in downtown Chicago, both single family and attached. And what else, Kyle? That's about
I
it.
think that's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. We were talking right before we went on the air about how our goal is to really champion the consumer, help you all make the best choices possible, and be as informed as possible. We believe in property for people.
Property, the market, making a market that's fair for everybody, buyers, sellers, consumers, everybody.
Absolutely. Okay, so everybody indulge me for 5 minutes. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to fast forward through it, fine. Otherwise, let me just jump into stats quick, and we'll run through what happened through the month of June, which is the first half of the year. Can you believe that? We'll talk. We call it the lakefront communities. It's basically downtown Chicago, South Loop to Rogers Park, and those immediately to the west, including Logan Square, Westtown, etc. Let's talk houses. First, single family homes. Well, it's going up, so that's good, right? 138 closed last month. Let me get rid
That's
of our coffee
positive.
cup.
Yeah.
Positive, right? We're going the
Yeah.
right direction, everybody. 87 under contract. But again, June, we should be like dipping down again if you're following the annual trend. But look at homes for sale, down 54% versus last year, which was low.
Which is why
So
we're down in terms of homes under contract. I've got a theory, but anyway, keep going.
exactly right. That equates to only 1.1 months of inventory, the
Oh my God.
lowest we've ever had, ever. All right. But if we get to the single family thing that I want to talk about in a little while, it'll talk about the two different markets. So, but anyway, look at this. 1.6 is now our median sales price. When, not just Lincoln Park, the whole lakefront area, that's up 52% since January of 2021. All right, here's
That's
year
when
to
we
date. So
started.
half of the year in,
Yeah.
487 homes have closed, down 5.3% versus last year. To your point, all has to do with inventory because demand is there for sure.
Mhm.
Let's talk attached condos, co-ops, townhomes. 1744 closed, which is pretty flat compared to last year at the same time. Same thing with under contract. Isn't that an interesting to see it for 5 years in a row with the same up and down?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really. And we've been, yeah, keep going.
But here's the thing: fewer to choose from, but they're still selling. 1408.
Well, because people are desperate.
Yeah, exactly. Only 1.7 months. If you look to the left, you'll see that in 2021, there were 5 months worth of condos on the market, over 5 months. And today we're at 1.7.
Yeah.
480, I love this number. It's the median, 482,375 is the median sales price. And that's up 16% over the last 5 years.
Wow.
Year to date, 5298 is down 3.5% from last year. This is I put this together a week ago, so I didn't even
Wow.
look.
So it's old.
It's old by a week, but look at the far right of the graph. It's pretty steady Eddie,
Yeah.
6,
Mhm.
6.5. Okay. We are now number 12 in the nation in terms of median rent price at $2,200 per month. It went down a little bit, but it's expensive. Look at the graph. It got more and more expensive to rent. And we
Yeah.
are still one of the highest risers, even though our price went down a little bit. St. Louis is a little bit higher than us in terms of rising, but its rent is only $1,050. and San Francisco jumped up again. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's that.
Wow. Interesting stuff. Well, let's talk about the 21st Century Road to Housing Act. It is, do you have our slide deck?
No, I don't. You didn't.
It's in the presentation. It's under present.
Oh, it's because from before, which brings me to
Do I need to
folks.
reload it? Do I need to reload it?
Hold on. I have national stats. Is it national stats? No, you're going to have to reload
No,
it. Sorry.
the slides. It's the beautiful AI. I can reload it.
Reload it for me. While you do that, I'll say to everybody, we apologize for our technical difficulties last week. I was in New York and, when I'm in Chicago, I don't have internet problems. But New York, we had to do a whole reset, talk to the home office kind of thing. It was insane. So anyway,
Yeah.
thank you for sticking with us. Here we go.
Here we go. Okay. So, according to the Federal Reserve Bank, the Federal Reserve Bank, the U.S. is underbuilt by at least 4 million homes. Could be as many as 10 million homes. So the range is from 4 to 10 million. And yes, that's a huge difference, but that's across the US. Last year, when we talked about this issue, Illinois was underbuilt. And when we talk about Illinois, let's just be honest, it's largely Chicago. It was underbuilt by 250,000 homes. So there is a real housing crisis. And we see that when we see homeless people. Not every homeless person is a drug addict. Not every homeless person has mental illness. And so we see that in our city. So the 21st Century Road to Housing Act is really exciting. It is a bipartisan law that was passed in June, and it went into effect on Friday, and it's great. So let's go through the 4 pillars. The 4 pillars are restricting institutional buying, and we'll go into that a little bit more, cutting bureaucratic red tape, expanding alternative construction. By that we mean manufactured homes, and updating local financing mechanisms, making it easier to lend to low and moderate income people. So really exciting 4 pillars that should be enormously helpful. So curbing institutional landlords. I don't know if you guys have been following through the Wall Street Journal and other financial publications that talk about how private equity and hedge funds and corporate landlords have been buying up a lot of properties, low price properties, and then turning them into rentals, and then raising the price of rentals, and that has contributed to a lot of the unaffordability concerns around the country. So right now, this law puts a 350 home cap on the number of homes that they can buy. So once you hit that cap, you get penalized. These companies get a flat excise tax for any purchases. The purpose of the tax is to make it not a good business decision to buy more of these. So that's how they're handling it. And for homes, so there are towns, Chicago is not experiencing this, thank heavens, where foreclosure is again coming to these communities. And the bill gives individual home buyers and community land trusts the right of first refusal to purchase foreclosed properties before they hit the commercial market. So it allows people who want to buy homes to live in them to purchase them before corporate landlords get to buy them. So really positive. Second is streamlining supply and zoning. So they're this law gives local governments that replace restrictive zoning codes access to a $54 billion federal fund for building property, affordable property. So what you have to get rid of are codes that limit duplexes, triplexes, and accessory dwelling units. So if a local government gets rid of those limits, they get access to $54 billion. That's, excuse me, $5 billion. $5 billion. I'd like it to be $4 billion. It's 5, but 5's a lot.
5 is good.
5 is good. There is environmental review reform where it says the legislation establishes a strict 1-year clock for federal environmental reviews. Right now,
When you and I were discussing this earlier, it shocked me because that they are tying up and not moving forward because of these reviews that take an inordinate amount of time. Seems so silly.
well, to be fair, we have a lot of agencies that weigh in, and I think they do it serially. And there are various different laws that people can assert, and very often it is the community that's imposing, asking for these reviews. So
Right.
it gives everybody, it tries to get rid of that deep timeline that draws out the building of property. Public land conversion.
Bringing that up is interesting when you say that it's serial. So if you do it concurrently, that would really move it.
The 1 year says get it done. Okay.
Right. I love it.
Public land conversion. Federal agencies are ordered to identify underused or surplus federal lands that can be transferred to local municipalities for affordable housing development. So that's
I
more
love this
land.
because I think there's a lot of land, a lot of government land that's not being used.
Agreed.
This is awesome.
Modernizing factory built housing. Now, this is really interesting because I did not know some of these things. In the 1970s, there was a federal rule requiring manufactured homes, so homes built off-site and brought to the property on which it's going to be laid, that they required manufactured homes to be built on a permanent metal chassis. So they couldn't really look like a modern home because you have this big platform, this chassis,
Right.
that really limited how you could design the home. So, and that
It seems so weird to me to think about that rule, doesn't it?
somebody the steel industry must have had a role in that. Or
But have you
local
seen?
builders wanted it to be difficult.
That could be. What keeps coming to my mind is, and maybe it's just my social media stream, but I keep seeing all these buildings where they bring in the almost like the railroad car. Do you know what I mean? The big box, and they build the home, but they do set it right on the ground when they do that.
But the
So
chassis
maybe
is itself. It's I don't know. We don't know enough about
but
it.
the point is that those kinds of homes can be built legally now, and the whole thing is affordability. I mean, when you look at the price per square foot to build a new home these days, and then you add the land value on top of it, it's insane.
It's insane. So there's also, which I didn't know, manufactured homes I guess in some places couldn't be titled the same way. They were titled as chattel and not as real estate. So that's going to make a difference, which will affect financing. You'll have access to a mortgage for real estate and not a mortgage for chattel, which is higher. And then the National Building Code is going to be updated to allow pre-approved multifamily or modular designs to bypass repetitive state level inspections. A lot of the slowdown is through the state's regulations and the state's inspections and all the difficulty with that. So we're prioritizing homes over state review and local review. And then finally, funding and financial flexibility. So community development block grants funds are now going to be used directly for new construction of affordable housing. Before it used that those block grants were only used for infrastructure and rehabilitation of existing housing. So that's great. New housing. Community bank exceptions. There are small community and rural banks receive tailored regulatory relief, exempting them from certain complex lending compliance rules if they originate mortgages, if they give mortgages for low and moderate income buyers in underserved areas. Yes. And then there are infrastructure matching grants. And this is why it's so important for Chicago, because we have that lead pipe problem. So a specialized grant program is launched to help cities upgrade aging water, sewer, and electrical infrastructure, which is one of the hidden bottlenecks. And Chicago, if you've been following local news, it's going to take us forever to replace the lead pipes because we just don't have the money. And this could help Chicago.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So good news, people.
It is good news. It's going to be really interesting to watch this unfold over the next 6 months to year to see how this helps unplug the system.
10 years. It's going to take 10 years for us to really notice it, to really get it funded and going and going and going and see the results. But we'll stay on it. Well,
But part of it too is how quickly can local government react to take advantage of this? And that's what I challenge them to do, right?
Yeah. But you've got something more interesting. Let's talk about, as it.
I don't have anything more interesting. I have something different to talk about.
Please.
Okay. You want to talk about single family first or the near north condos?
Let's talk about single family. I think everyone's so interested in that.
All right. Okay. So let me pull my notes here because I can't read the screen. Okay. So basically, the whole concept of single family homes is two markets, and we're going to look at what's happened in the last month. 259. Whoops, that's the wrong sheet, peeps.
So what are the two markets?
Well, that's what I'm going to tell you. Oh, here we go. Okay. So 121 homes sold in the last 30 days. This is like, I ran this last night. Okay. So people, you're never going to see anything as up to date as what you get here with us, right? We're making it happen. Okay.
For Anne.
94 homes are currently under contract or pending, and 90 are still on the market. So demand is still good. Okay. But so here's the thing. We have two markets running at the same time. So let me tell you what they are. Wait, I have to get my carrot. There we go. Okay. You have homes that sold in a median 8 days. Then you have the group of homes that are sitting that have already been listed 32 days. So what's the difference? Same city, same month, opposite experiences. You can tell me. I know you know what it is.
Pricing.
Price. It's absolutely price.
Pricing and preparation, being professional about selling it.
Yeah. So, okay. So the typical home sells for asking price, but here's the thing. The typical home sold for 100.1% of list price. But if you're under 1.6 million, 2 and 3 homes sold over asking. And if you're over 1.6 million, it drops to about 1 and 4. Over 2 million, sellers price to the comp, and there's really not a war. They're selling, but it's not a war. All right. Speed is the key. So if it's sold within 10 days, it was 105% of list price. If it was on the market over 10 days, 98.7% of list price. But 50, here's the interesting thing. 52 homes expired or canceled this month. What does that say? I think that's really an interesting thing. When I do the statistics, it doesn't give me why. It just tells me that it happened.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to extrapolate based on the limited feedback I've been getting from people.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear what you think.
Sellers are thinking often, the market is so hot, I don't have to do anything. and I'm going to get top dollar. So I'm not going to really stage it. I'm going to use my stuff. I'm not going to really, I'm not going to put it on the open market. I'm going to put it on the private network. I'm
Mhm.
going to do things that make me comfortable, and I'm still going to get top dollar.
Not
And
going to
the answer,
happen.
and the answer is maybe, but probably not.
Probably not as high. Right. Right.
If you want top dollar for your home, do it professionally. Do it the way the people who get top dollar do it. Don't pretend as though you're going to get it just because the market. You have to act like the people who get top dollar act. And I can't be any clearer than that. There are no shortcuts to success. You have to do it the right way.
Absolutely. Here's an interesting one. When people say, what kind of homes do you have in Chicago? 40% we call the Century Club, 100 years or over, Greystones, cottages, vintage homes, right? We all know those. Then you've got, especially in our marketplace, the missing middle. Almost nothing was built mid-century, right? If you want a 70s home, very thin options. But then you have the last 40 years, and then you've got 42% of the market on that, which is an interesting concept if you think about it. And of course, if you're going to buy vintage, everybody wants vintage renovated. So,
So going back, because I lived my parents built a house in the 70s, and the missing middle, sort of part of the missing middle, and Old Town,
yeah,
they built a house in Old Town. And as soon as several of the old workers' cottages were purchased and torn down and built into then modern homes, they landmarked the neighborhood. They locked it down.
right.
So there have been policies by neighborhoods to freeze out that missing middle, especially during
Mhm.
that period.
Yeah.
But anyway, keep going.
No, right. So, but it is interesting because there are certain um, types of housing that are just not available because
Yeah,
nothing was
yeah,
built during that era.
yeah.
So, um, so let's see here. Let me get back to this. Okay. So then bidding wars. Bidding wars are not on new construction. Bidding
No.
wars are on the renovated vintage. Not a surprise because new construction pushes the limit on price and they're on the market for a while as they come to market. So, you know,
And they are
but
top price, already top price.
they're
Yeah.
already top price. Exactly. Okay. Geography. Now, this was taken from remarks, but I think it's really interesting. The value corridors are
Hmm.
where things are really selling over asking.
Yeah.
Uh, 62% in Lincoln Square are being sold over asking price. 80% in Edgewater, West Rogers Park, but they start off with lower list prices. It says 0% in near North Gold Coast. Well, that's because those are the very expensive mansions that are on the market. So,
Yeah. Though I will
again,
say right now, we've got Lincoln Park in the where people negotiate, and Lincoln Park is not a place where almost nothing.
it goes to that 1.6. If
Uh,
you're
uh,
under
uh, uh, uh.
1.6,
Right.
that's over asking. If you're in Lincoln Park and you're asking 3 million, they're not coming in
You're
and
right.
with 7 offers. So, but
Yeah,
I mean,
you're right.
no, to your point, that slide makes it seem like Lincoln Park is not flying, and Lincoln Park's insane right now. Lincoln Park
Well,
is insane in every market. I have
yes.
renters that this weekend put in an application for a rental they did not see in person because there were so many applications. If they wanted a shot, they had to do it because rentals are crazy. You and I both know, I mean, we both brought offers to the same property in Lincoln Park last month. It's crazy. It's just crazy. And again, it goes back to inventory. So,
Yeah.
all right. That's all I have with that.
Very interesting. What about condos?
Okay. Let me bring up condos.
We only have a few minutes because
It won't take us long. Okay. So this is 8008 near North. It's where you and I work. It's where you live. Okay. So now I have to make the screen bigger so I can see it. All right, 259 condos closed in the last 30 days in Gold Coast, River North, Streeterville. Sellers captured 98.9% of the original ask, and it was in 19 days. Okay, 44% closed at or above the original list price, and 1 in 4 went under contract in the first week. This is like unheard of for condos. It was always like basic overflow, but people didn't expect them to fly. We're in a weird world right now. I was listening to somebody say, this was really interesting. It was one of the coaches that was giving a presentation about how you have to really pay attention to the world you're in right now. He said, when we were in that world of interest rates of 3 and 4%, how many of us did what we really should have done, which is buy a bunch of housing at that low rate and lock it in, right?
Yeah.
Looking back, we go, oh my gosh, the world was our oyster. What were we doing? Right. And so I'm looking at this right now and saying, this is an interesting market that we're in. What are we going to think about 3 years from now when we look back at this market and say, what should have we done? Sellers, investors, you maybe should like consider, hey, I should sell because this market is good.
I know a lot of people think that, well, if I sell in 3 years, it'll be as good. And the answer is maybe.
No,
maybe
it will not be.
I don't know.
Well, maybe.
It may be. But we don't know the future. We do know right now.
We don't know the future, but we do know the past. And the past is that markets don't stay consistent. Markets go up and down. So that's my point. Okay, 2 bedrooms are the bomb, 14 days. Studios, 42 days. And remember, when August 3rd comes, well, it may even have a slide about that. Yeah, the problem's going to get harder on those studios because they're in buildings that tend not to be maintained as well because they have investors and they're going to have more trouble selling. Okay, same thing as with single family homes. You're paying for brand new or vintage, but not in between. But here's the thing, the 55 to 65 1955 to 65 buildings, $361 per square foot, the weakest. And that's because they're all going through their renovations, don't you think?
Yes.
The risers, the facades, the roofs, the everything. Okay. So the sweet spot is 1,000 to 1,500 a month assessments. That's where the fastest, and again, this is near North where most have doormen. Yeah. But if you live in that area, you want doormen, wouldn't you say?
I do. And here's why. Packages. Let's just be honest. I mean, security and packages. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want safe packages coming through the door. Exactly. But then when you get to over $1,500 per month, then it goes down a little bit again.
Yeah.
All right. 850 Lakeshore Drive is the story. We haven't really talked about this much, but that is the building that was originally built to be condos. The market wasn't having it. So then it went to apartments. Now they're converting it to condos again, and they are selling.
They are.
But look at this. 300 Marina City had 6 closings. 401 Wabash.
Marina City is selling. You know what else is selling? Lakeport Tower. There's a lot going on at Lakeport Tower. Yeah.
That is such an interesting building. I don't think of it, like it doesn't come to the top of my head when I think about buildings. It's like a fortress unto itself.
But people love it.
Yeah. 2 of the month's deepest discounts were in one tower, 401 Wabash.
Oh, Trump Tower.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. I was letting you land the punchline on that one.
No. But it's also, one of the I've got a client who's looking at ultra luxury, and they were asking about, do buildings sort of lose their appeal over time? And because new buildings get built, and Trump Tower's been around for over 15, they're about 15 years now. And it's just, it happens to all buildings.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
All right.
okay. So here's the interesting thing. We've been talking about how everything is selling at list price roughly. What just closed was 440, but what's in the pipeline has a median sales price of 495. So that
Wow.
says we can expect probably 495-ish to be what sells.
It'll
So
be
July's
so
median,
interesting.
July's median prices, folks, are going to be higher. So
Wow. Wow. All so interesting. Thank you.
yeah, good
All
stuff,
righty.
huh?
Very good stuff. We'll see each other. I got to get going. We'll see each other
Yeah.
next Monday.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next time on Monday Morning Coffee with Kyle and Ann. Take care.
Bye.